The ocean is my place of worship. It's my church. It's where I feel most comfortable. When the waves are mountain-sized waves and I'm out there, it's me in my element. I don't know why I love big waves. They just was born into me, I think. I love to surf. You know, surfing is what I am. I am a surfer. That's my life. That's who I am, and that's who I'll always be. They call this stretch of road the 7-mile miracle. It just looks like an average country road, you know, houses from the 70s and 50s and stuff. And this is where some of the best surfing in the world happens. This is where you prove if you're a real professional surfer or not, is in Hawaii. The Super Bowl of surfing is right behind these trees. I mean, you'd never tell. It's almost like Yankee Stadium. It's just on the other side of these trees, but no one really knows, you know, until you get out there and you look at how beautiful it is and you actually get to see for yourself. This is the birthplace of surfing. My ancestors created the sport, so there's only right that the best surfing in the world goes down here. It's just a beach town on the island of Oahu, and it's my home. It's who I am. It's where I'm from. I was raised here. Well, like the first thing I remember in my life was the cops breaking in my house and arresting my dad and throwing around my mom and telling they're gonna shoot me. I was 3 years old or something. The cops telling me they're gonna shoot me, like, really?
Well, his first recollection of life was probably me getting arrested by 70 policemen. They broke in our door. I'm going, hey, it's open.
Along with various brushes with the law, in 1987, Eddie Rothman was arrested on charges of robbery and extortion. After spending 9 months in jail, he was acquitted at trial of all charges.
I was locked up for a little while, and then we moved out of our house, and then we lived here on the property, this property. We had our tent, cooked outside. It was great, you know?
We lived in a tent on the beach. My dad was in jail. I mean, I lived in a spray paint room, on a surfboard shaping shop.
Mom and Dad were not on friendly terms and separated and got divorced early. I've had Makua Kai on weekends, holidays, whenever I could have him.
Makua has gone through a lot of adversity, and it makes for great character. You know, when you have nothing and you're on the beach and perhaps you're borrowing that tent you're sitting in, and adversity has taught Makua to bring out the best in him. There's a lot of people that don't like Makua's father.
A lot of people, you know, say what they want about him, but, you know, he did it his way. He's like Robin Hood. He's always trying to help the people in the community around here.
Who would you rather see, the cops at your house or me? You know, I wasn't into the drugs, but maybe that money you got there don't belong to you, and spread it around the community a little bit, you know?
I don't think he's bad. He's far from good, but, you know, he's not bad good.
It's been a lot of, you know, a lot of things, and whatever happened back then made me who I am today. It made me tougher, it made me smarter, made me wiser, it made me be there for my children and try not to make the mistakes that, you know, my parents might have made sometimes. And, you know, they always told me that, you know, don't be like me, boy. You know, I did what I had to do for you to be where you are, and you treat those children right, you know, I taught you. Well, Brian is so cool. I mean, he had all the kids. He was the head of gotcha when we were young. We were all gotcha riders. And he was our, I don't want to say soccer mom, but he was our surf dad.
Well, I always knew that there was certain kids that was in the community, they just had it. Oh, Makua's in a whole nother league. No matter how big it was, what kind of conditions it was, you say Eddie would go, this kid would go. Here's this kid that he wasn't gonna give up. You could see it in him. He had it in his eyes, he had it in his blood. You weren't taught with that, you were born with that.
For Makua Kai, the surfing kind of held him at a line of responsibility and trying to be healthy and be strong when I'm in that water. And it really helped with his asthma.
I've never been able to breathe good. You know, still to today when I surfed, I still had a hard time when I first paddled out.
You know, like I'd take him one heat to go surf a contest when he was like under 10 years old, you know, and I'd have to take him to the dispensary after for asthma treatment, you know.
I remember a few times going to the hospital and wondering if I was gonna still be alive, you know, in a little while. Remember, like, thinking those might be my last gasps of air. I took 7 different medicines 4 times a day just to keep me alive.
We kept at it. Soccer, football, everything. Every sport there was, he played. He made the all-star soccer team from this whole side of the island. And he had asthma.
I overcame it, and surfing saved my life. Being held under the water and making myself hold my breath when I didn't have air, and working it. If not, I probably wouldn't be around. I think I was 18 years old when I rode the wave. The wave was 66 feet. That wave changed my life. I caught the world's biggest wave. At 18 years old, nobody's ever done that.
This is Makua during one of the XXLs.
I got sponsored by Boost Mobile, sponsored by Monster Energy. A lot of great brands, Ruka, Oakley, you know, have chosen me to be an ambassador and represent them. And yeah, that wave changed my life. The North Shore is, you know, it's a pretty sleepy town. When I was growing up here, we could play football on the road, and I mean, not too many cars. I mean, there is cars, but it wasn't like this crazy traffic through Laniakea, and I mean, it's a place. It has its ups, it has its downs, it has its political trips. It's a normal little town, and 6 to 10 weeks out of the year, the whole surfing world comes here, and it's under a microscope. In the world of money, surfers don't make very much money. The average surfer doesn't make enough to come and pay, you know, $30,000 for 6 weeks for a house on the beach. So the companies that sponsor them, that have the money, were renting houses for a while. And you rent $60,000 for 6 weeks. After a few years, you could have bought the house. So instead of that, they come, they buy the house, they put their riders in it when they need to, and they rent it out to make their money back. A corporation just bought a piece of land for $8 million next to Rocky Point. It's just outrageous. What does that do to my house right here down the road? You know what I mean? So, you know, most of the local people are out.
Where's all the local people? They're not anywhere on the North Shore, hardly. There's like 1 local family left, 2, 3 maybe. They can't afford it. Our taxes keep going up because rich people come and buy.
They don't care what happens to the little guy that their family was there for 200 years and now they can't pay their land tax. I mean, everywhere has its problems and it's good and bad, and this place is such a wonderful place that it's hard to even think about the bad. People say there's a hierarchy, there's this and that, there's pecking orders in the water. I mean, the water is for everybody to enjoy at the end of the day.
The competition for waves on the North Shore has led to territorialism, sometimes involving intimidation and physical confrontations.
All that local this, thug that, it's all just stories, New York Times, and you know what I mean? It's like, that's what makes me irritated. This is such a wonderful place. There's so many beautiful people here. There's so many people with aloha waiting to welcome you with open arms. Any place you go in the world, Brazil, Australia, you mess with the wrong people, you're gonna get your head slapped, period. People like to always put, I wouldn't wanna say myself, but the group of people that I hang out with, you know, here, my family, we're known to be, you know, oh, the rough guys, the tough guys, the this, the that. But really, all we're trying to do is keep order so the kids don't get taken advantage of. All these people come here for 6 weeks, and they just on all the kids. Like, oh, you don't deserve to catch this wave. This guy from Timbuktu, because he's hooby gets the good one. Why? Why doesn't the kid that lives here his whole life, you know what I mean, and wants to be like this guy, get a good wave? I've learned over the years that you get a lot further with aloha and being nice and creating wonderful relationships with people than being this tough bully, punk kid. You're not gonna get anywhere. You might be in jail or you might be dead. Love and respect will get you a lot farther than, you know, bullying and trying to be thuggish. Party, we like to party. You're gonna eat the sand, guaranteed off your feet. Nalani's awesome. She just seems like to be my lucky rabbit foot. I won the World Cup with her. I won the towing thing with her. She's so awesome. I love her to death. I thank her for everything she's done for me.
I think that once he had a child of his own, it really helped him realize a lot of things, and he has really changed. That's where I see him change the most, after our daughter was born. He just matured like so much. Like He's totally different from a year and a half ago.
Now I live for something else. I live for my children nowadays, as I'm not by myself anymore. You know, I have children and I have responsibilities in life that no matter what, I wake up every day and I have those responsibilities. And I'm gonna do what I gotta do to make a good life for them. Play music with grandma is amazing. I mean, I think I play music because of her and my grandpa.
Oh, here I go.
You know what really fuels my fire? What really fuels me to do what I do today is to be able to be a champion and be a champion for a nation, be a champion for a whole group of people. You know, when I win for Hawaii. When I surf for Hawaii. A lot of my drive comes from my culture, comes from being proud of being who I am and where I'm from, and our culture being so suppressed once upon a time, and being able to say, I'm proud to be Hawaiian. Ever since I was small, I always like to bang on the drums, and I'd get her ukulele out of the closet and get in trouble because I didn't ask. I love to sing, I love to play music, and my aunties and my mom, they play. My uncle, unfortunately, he passed away, and he played very well. I think it's my job now after him to carry on what my grandmother taught us, you know? Yes. I can surf, I can do everything, but without music, you know, always connects me to my roots, where I'm from.
Go Hawaiian.
Keeps me
Go
planted
Hawaiian.
in the ground. Yeah. Hopefully I win the world title this year. I'll bring it back for the Hawaiians. You know, a lot of people doubted me coming into this Big Wave World Tour. He's never surfed these spots. He don't surf cold water. I wasn't even supposed to make it this far, I don't think, in life, and I did. So everything else from here on out's a bonus. I'm coming for that title. I'm gonna do everything I can, train hard, sleep good, love up my kids, and get some inspiration from my babies when I look in their eyes. You know, Daddy's bringing this home for you guys.
Fabulous, fabulous, baby. Oh, there you go. See how good Hawaiian feel.
Howdy folks, Jack Matrani here, host of the X Games. Thank you for watching Being. Make sure to subscribe to X Games YouTube channel, and if you want to continue watching some more Being, check out the playlist. Or not, whatever you want to do. I'm not like here to tell you what to do. I mean, but like just giving you a heads up of what you can do.